All right, we're back. Let's see. Hopefully it starts us right where we left off before, right before the meeting that I didn't enter. Oh, this might take a while. Oh, it actually loaded pretty quick. Okay, so where are we? Oh, I might have to talk to that guy again. I'll make the same decisions I made before if I can. Oh, or maybe it remembered. Okay, cool.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
So we got Alcatraz, Hermanubis, aka Herman, Byron, and Yakut. Before I join you, who else we got here? Oh, it's me, Jeremy. Hmm. All right. Who's the lowest number? Byron, 7. Pretty cool.
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
So I wonder if they knew about the, I'll just keep listening.
Al's right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this transmission. Yakut, please start the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K.
Thanks.
We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition
The
about
Talos
6
Principle
months ago.
2.
It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in
I'm
us.
definitely interested in the island.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
Perfect.
I agree.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
I wonder what happens if I choose sorry, not interested. Excuse me, I'm eating also at the same time as doing this. I feel like if I choose sorry, not interested, I'll get a game over. And it'll be funny. But just in case, I'm going to go with what I normally answer and then like look up alternatives later.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so hastily, do consider exploring the city first.
Definitely
It
will.
is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
No, I'm definitely going to do that.
What can I do for you, 1K? I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world, finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us.
That seems to go against what just happened, which is that there's something else out there. I don't remember. Byron is the leader who wanted to go on this expedition, right?
He is one of the first companions, and as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable.
So he was the number 7 guy.
It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the founder gave us the goal, a path to equilibrium, not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off.
Okay.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Let's talk to myself.
Hello, 1K. This
Hi.
expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with.
What do you do here, buddy? Who are you?
I'm the mayor's chief aide. All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere.
All right. What do you think of me, Jeremy?
You represent the completion of the goal. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further. Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it.
What do you want?
For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Now, so it sounds like what this society needs is video games, because that is how you can sate an adventurous spirit without actually getting into trouble. So maybe someone built a big video game out in the middle of the world, and that is what that... It looked like it was like... They said... It didn't say Poseidon, did it? It said... Was it Poseidon? It was some kind of mythology thing, where it's like... man, I don't remember. It was like, I'm Zeus and Poseidon, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Man, look at this. Look at this place.
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you.
Gehenna...
And may the founder be with you.
Gehenna was the expansion with the really fun message board and a bunch of cool puzzles. Wait, oh, okay. Man. Look at this place. Neat. Do I get to know what that says? Oh. Show me again. Okay, sign our petition. So I just aim my camera at the text. Sign our petition for a public referendum. New Jerusalem needs new forms of energy generation. What kind of forms?
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Sure can, dude.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis.
I get like a surfer dude, but like a serious surfer dude vibe from this guy, man.
Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs, and if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
Okay, what do you propose? Ooh, two answers now. Gosh. I mean, is it really that bad? I feel like you're just gonna go, of course it's bad. Extinction's the worst thing that can happen.
It's far worse than most people realize. We urgently need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power, or we will be in serious trouble.
Okay. Oh. What's Prometheus again?
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us.
Isn't Prometheus the guy who gave people fire in Civilization? Like, sorry, in not Civilization, in Myth? I think so. Prometheus provided humanity with fire, I think. Oh, this is interesting, because the conversations are getting more complicated. Because I think this is a different option than I had before.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
Okay. Do you work at the dam?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
Alright. Why a referendum and not an election?
Oh, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
Alright. You know what? You convinced me, bro. I know I was just born yesterday, but I'm gonna do it.
Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Cool, good luck, man. Moriana, do you have anything to say? Probably not. Okay. Who are you? Strahinja. It's like a ninja, but a strange one. Oh! No! Don't go in the water. Okay. I kind of want to go in the water. But I won't. The game told me not to, and I'll listen to it. What's up here? Anything? Looking for signatures or something. Oh. When I say signatures, I mean the QR codes that people can leave behind. The previous game did a thing where it used my friends list for that, and that was cool. And that, I think it was people other than the ones who played the game. I think it's just anyone on my friends list. I'm expecting they'll do something similar this time. I don't know why I'm running along this wall. I want to see what they have hidden over here. The first game had a whole lot of cool hidden stuff, and I feel like this game is bigger and more impressive, and it's gonna have some cool stuff. I like this music a lot. Okay, so there's a walkway that leads over to the water. Yeah, I'm expecting more QR codes. Maybe like hidden behind stuff, like up there, or like behind this sign maybe. There's a little area over here, like a picnic area or something. Maybe it'll have a QR code in it. Oh, hello.
May the founder be with you.
And you as well. What about you? Who are you?
Welcome
Yarnith.
to New Jerusalem.
Thanks. Okay, so this looks like somewhere I can interact with people. There's a bunch of people having a conversation.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
I like how they all look at me. That's pretty cool. Huh. My theory right now is that that joke I made earlier about a video game or something actually could be the case. Like, the person who left, Athena is her name, right? She could have left to go create an adventure. Like, to give the people a series of adventures that they can go on. Man. I want to stay quiet.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus? That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us?
I mean, the problem is this is a very non-committal thing. I actually think that this isn't true. This isn't true. And this is... I mean, it says because this is May, it has to be true. But this is also a good option. I'm going to go with this one, though.
That was my conclusion as well. The apparition also appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
Interesting. It's either 1 or 4, in my opinion.
I tend to agree. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such
that I'm not so
clarity and
sure about.
magnitude. Whoever or whatever is behind this, we're on the back foot. We need more information.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
I mean, it's possible.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
That's my guess.
Can I quote you on that?
Yeah, you know what? You can.
Theories are all we can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline.
So I'm going to go with my guess. I'm going to stand by it for now.
Let's
Sorry.
hope the mayor signs
I'll
off
let
on
them finish
exploring this
talking
island.
first.
I only wish I could join the expedition.
Why can't you join? I do want to know that, actually.
If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on. I'm not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data
Hey,
to
no,
go
you can't
on.
just not answer why Pellegrino shouldn't be let near the dam. I don't know who any of these people are yet. Well, okay, so this is very interesting because the choices I'm making, I wonder if they'll actually affect some stuff later. I really like the idea that it's letting me sort of speculate, but also letting me non-commit, and I really appreciate that. I think I'm going to stand by my theory that this projection is somehow created by Athena, who hasn't been seen in a while, and that Athena specifically left the city to go build whatever this thing is. I think it will be something related to what they said before. It's like you can't have a sense of adventure. What did they say? It was something like you can't have a sense of adventure that's non-risky. And I don't know if that's true. I think I'm sitting here playing a video game right now, and I'm sating my sense of, is it sating, satiating? Whatever the word is. I don't know. I kind of want to look up the word, but I'm not gonna. You get. I'm addressing and playing into my sense of adventure by playing a video game. I'm satisfying it. Maybe that's the word I was trying to think of. I'm satisfying my sense of adventure by playing this game, and it's not risky to me, really. I mean, other than that screen at the beginning that said I might get seizures or headaches or whatever, or motion sickness. But it's not causing a danger to me in the way that this game is implying that it's just, you know, the very fabric of our existence could be threatened. So, I am going to continue. Let's see if this is someone I've talked to before. Yarnith, that sounds familiar. God, the names, I'm really, really bad with names, and that's going to include real people in real life and also people in this video game, unfortunately. Like when I played Outer Wilds has a lot of names that you come across that it's, you know, the built-in lore of the game has writing that you stumble across, and a lot of names there cross over from area to area, and you can sort of keep an idea of who everyone is in your head. But I was not able to do that the first time I played. It took multiple times. Like, I played it again, and then I watched people do Let's Plays of it, and that's when I really started to associate names with attitudes. And I'm going to hugely have that problem in this game, except for maybe the most obvious ones, like Jeremy, who has my name, so I have a built-in idea of what I think about things, and anything that goes against that is going to make me laugh or surprise me or anything along those lines. Crier, I will remember, is the newspaper guy, because he's the town crier. Ah, here's someone I could talk to. Is this information desk? Hi, Helga. I'm going to remember Doge, because Doge is a word that I have a preconceived notion about, and it was number 666, which is probably symbolic of something. Helga, information 101. If it was...
Hello, new one.
Hello.
Are you browsing or buying?
Oh, it's a store. I am browsing. Oh, no. I'm going to figure out answers.
The kind that trades in hopes and dreams.
Well, there you go.
Yours for the right price. Is there something your heart desires?
This is interesting. I'll say perhaps, maybe.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination?
It's funny. What dreams are the most interesting dreams you could have? Internal monologue, future prediction, inner peace. Oh, this is interesting. How do I get credits?
Oh, you don't have any credits yet. Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me.
Yeah, but...
They're not worth much anywhere else. Now...
But how do I get more?
What was it you wanted?
How do I get more? I mean, this is the one I want.
For 20 credits, I can peer
Ooh.
into your future and tell you what I see.
I'm gonna guess that what she reads into me will help me solve things later, like if I have stuff that I'm missing. I'm not gonna do this right now. Not yet.
So, something else perhaps?
Internal monologue is an interesting idea too. It's sensory tuning. I wonder if that gives me options in the game, like to change the brightness or something. Hopefully she'll tell me what everything is.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
I wonder if I'm gonna need these things. Ooh. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm updating your settings
I
now.
feel like this could be
And hey presto.
something that I'm gonna...
Superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping
I'm tasting the
outside
air.
the dome? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam.
I hear the birds. I don't know if that's wind or water. But this is a funny line.
Okay, Few. I'll let you into a secret.
There was no
You and I
upgrade.
don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to.
So the reason
something else perhaps.
The reason I bought that one is because it feels like it could be important to like be able to look at puzzle elements and see something about them on the subtitles. Like, oh, it's like, oh, you hear a humming or something. I don't know exactly what, but that's what it feels like I was doing. Future prediction feels like answers to, I don't want to say answers to puzzles, but like, if this game has a system similar to the stars in the last game, I feel like future prediction might be able to help me find the ones that I haven't found yet, which could be useful later, but for now, I'm going to leave it. And a clean start feels like it's going to erase the things that I bought here so I could do something else again in case I need to, which is interesting that they even offer it at all.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback?
I sure do.
Are you satisfied with what I've given
I
you?
am very. You know what? I'll be nice.
Yes. You understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day. Please come back if you need anything else.
You too. Man, this game is really interesting. What do we got? Blodgett and Benaroya. Benaroya is a pretty low number, number 12, and Blodgett is a pretty high number. They're both Bs. Benaroya reminds me of a place in Seattle. But none of these have... I should probably only remember the ones that have dialogue. Helga is 101, and she did not expect... She didn't sound like I expected a Helga to sound, which would be somewhat Viking-y, or maybe even like Helga from Hey Arnold, for those of you old enough to understand that reference. A Tau. This name sounds familiar. Oh, what are these? Next cat. Yay. This kind of looks like my cat. A little bit. This also, I mean, black cat, yellow eyes. Classic cat. This is really cute. I'm assuming it's cats that belong to people who played the first one or were developers or whatever. Aww. This is gonna make me sad. Yeah. I shouldn't look at this too much. It's really gonna make me sad. That I'm assuming I gotta hope that these aren't all actually dead cats, and that they're writing in the past tense because these are cats that currently exist, but currently in real life is a long time ago in this universe. I hope. Oh, it's a bummer.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest?
This is accurate.
It's funny how common that trait is. At first, I thought it might have been an error in the simulation, but it looks like it was the same for our ancestors. Can you believe that there used to be hundreds of millions of cats on the planet? And people used to make videos of them and share them with the rest of humanity?
I can believe it.
Incredible. I wonder if they appreciated how good they had it.
I hope he doesn't say cats are extinct. Tell me about cats.
They're incredibly odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are
Oh,
alike.
good.
They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it. I do. Her name is Patricia. She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. And she has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
What's your favorite cat fact?
I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated. Which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all.
Ain't that the
They
truth?
just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive.
Interesting.
Cats just are. Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found Milton just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years. They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms.
Is that possible?
Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them.
I don't know how to answer this. Because I'm not me, I'm a robot me. And I don't know if I would think that death is natural if I was a robot version of myself that theoretically would never die. I'm also trying to figure out if... I don't remember the first game enough to know if my character had a name or not. But it sounds like... I remember in the first game coming across a cat. But that was in the simulation. That was before I woke up at the end, so I don't know. So, I'm just trying to figure out if maybe I was the first person. Athena, was it? Attila? Oh my goodness. They've said it a couple times. If I was that person and I was the person who built this whole place, the me from the first game, I should say. I'm gonna go ahead and just say death is natural. We should accept it.
I'm sorry, but why?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds profound, but is it really? Death is natural, so is disease, pain, extinction. That doesn't mean we just shrug and ignore it. If we love something, we protect it. Even if I do everything right, eventually I will watch every cat I love die of kidney failure. What's good about that? Putting aside fortune cookie platitudes, how can we look at suffering and death and declare it good?
Good question, honestly. Ooh. You know what?
That's okay. Sorry if I got too passionate.
You didn't, buddy.
Sometimes thinking about all my poor kittens gets to me.
Yeah, same. I wonder what would have happened if I would have chosen a different choice. But that's also part of life, to use more fortune cookie platitudes. Oh, there's a little cat. I wonder if that cat was there before. I kind of want to walk around and follow it. Honestly. Hello, buddy. Will you come to me? Nope. Okay.
Honored to meet you.
Me too. Alright. Well, after that, kind of a bummer sidetrack. Oh, are those birds? There's birds. Oh, I want to watch the cat interact with the birds. Come on, you got this. You got this, cat. Oh, I don't want to watch it kill a bird. I hope that it just runs at them and they run away. That's what I'm hoping. This is fascinating Let's Play content, I'm sure. No? I don't want to scare you again. Okay. Tablets of the Founder. This seems like an important place. Tell me about it, please. Thekla. I'm gonna remember that because I think Thekla is the name of the company that built the Witness.
Founder bless you, 1K. How lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation.
Tell me more about the
Founder
Founder.
was born out of the trials
All
of
right.
Elohim, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption.
Okay, so I'm thinking that me in the first game was the Founder. I'm fairly certain. Might be obvious to everyone, but it's been a long time since I played it. I just remember the ending is that I did all the trials. I beat... There's like a boss battle at the end of it. I can't remember even what that was all about. But I did that, and then I woke up and, you know, I created a new civilization. I think I had a cat. I'm fairly sure. What did the Founder teach, or who were the first companions? I actually want to know this one quite a bit. Maybe it's the Gehenna people.
They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings.
All right. What did the Founder teach?
The Founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the Founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence, but also a limit we must never pass.
Why did the Founder leave to go make video games
That's
on
not
an
for us
island?
to know. But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The Founder will return when she sees fit.
All right. Thank you. Can I read?
Happy completion day, 1K.
Thanks. I wonder if I can read these. Yeah. I don't remember the end of the Road to Gehenna. But I remember enjoying it a great deal. The ideal number of humans is definitely a statement that's a little bit odd. And I'm sure that that's going to be a theme to this entire game, is why is 1,000 the right number, and is 1,000 the right number, etc. What was your name again? Thekla. Okay. There's a lot going on here. I sort of want to just continue playing the game and the puzzles, but a big factor of the Talos Principle is the philosophy and the way you interact with the world. In the previous game, it was through computers and talking to Elohim And here I'm wondering if it's going to be replaced by this kind of conversational stuff, and then also the stuff in here. What was this? So Gehenna Memorial Pavilion, I want to look for that. That I want to go to, because text adventures.
Oh, hello there.
Hello,
you
Jefferson.
You must be the long-awaited 1K.
That's
Lovely
accurate.
Day for a walk, is it not?
A question that's on everyone's mind. It is. You know what? I don't have a frame of reference, but it's still good. So still a good day.
Our capacity to enjoy beauty is a big part of what makes us human.
What is this place?
The Alexandra Drennan Memorial.
Okay.
Are you interested in history?
I am interested in history.
How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado.
I don't want to ask this because I know the answer, but I do want to ask this because it might be funny.
Oh, how odd. Might have a bit of a dictionary malfunction there. Or maybe the algorithm's being particularly inventive.
Oh,
what would you like to know?
I should have asked the other one. Oh, man. No, no, no! I wanted to ask the other question about what part of history. Oh, see, that's a bummer. Like, I almost want to enough to restart this conversation. Oh god, I hope I didn't just erase every conversation I've just had. That might have been a huge mistake. If that's the case, I'm going to pause and go do everything I did in super fast motion. Okay, okay. Hopefully. Please, 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 please.
Oh, hello there.
Okay.
You must be the long-awaited
1K.
Lovely day for a walk, is it not? I'm glad you think so.
I'm glad they let me do this.
Our capacity to enjoy beauty is a big part of what makes
So there's
us
two
human.
questions I'm interested in. I'm interested in
the Alexandra Drennan Memorial.
asking about the algorithm, but I'm also interested in what kind of history she's interested in, or he or she.
Full-fledged historian.
They.
I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado.
There we go.
An excellent question. There's so many interesting events to choose from. Obviously, the period just before the end of biological humanity is interesting, and not only from the standpoint of it being the time when we were, in a manner of speaking, conceived, but also because our ancestors were, like ourselves, at a crossroads.
How so?
I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you are the living embodiment of this historical moment. In you, the goal was accomplished. Our growth is finished, and we are complete. Or are we? Indeed. The future is about to take shape, for good or ill. I suspect it will be exhilarating, but painful as well.
Tell me about the sculpture, please.
Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan.
I wish I could look up there while I'm
as the progenitor.
Talking to her. Or them.
A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten.
You know what's funny about plots like this is that you know, the first game came out before COVID was a thing. And I'm sure that the whole disease and humanity, and I seem to recall, like, maybe things were freezing over at the time in that game. I don't remember. But the downfall of humanity happened due to a disease, apparently. And at the time, that was, like, super science fiction. Like, there hadn't been a huge pandemic that affected the whole world in a very long time when that game came out. And although COVID obviously, like, didn't kill everyone, there was a lot of deaths. And it affected everyone. It certainly affected everyone. And so now, it's interesting that this game almost... the backstory of it has a secondary meaning that it wouldn't have had before. I remember, for some reason, in the first game, it's been a long time, but I seem to recall that there was an ice age coming, because I thought that I was remembering... maybe it's that the disease made you cold? I don't remember. It's been a really long time, but I seem to recall the last moments of people in the first game involving cold for some reason. I might be making that up entirely. Why do you admire her?
By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. While we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult. To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from, in part so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part so that we may draw strength from those that came before us.
That's fair. I should get going, though.
Have a nice day.
You as well. I don't think I'll remember Jefferson's name. Unless I try and think Jefferson Starship or something like that. What are these?
DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas of people whose physical bodies are long gone. Like you listening to me now. Even though I'm definitely dead at this point, you're part of that chain. You have the capacity to remember.
I don't remember if these are from the first game or not. I know the first game had voice acting. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Maybe she wasn't cold, but she's dying in one of the things near the end. Or maybe she was cold. Maybe she's cold because she was dying.
Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes millions of years. Humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves. When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me pumping. But then we suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a...
This one sounds familiar. I remember this voice line.
I remember so clearly. He said, "Yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone."
It's interesting that that one stuck with me, and I think it's because it's a story of, you know, a child being scared is something that everyone can relate to. I really, if I'm not inventing memories in my head, that one was definitely in the first game. Oh, a path that goes to nowhere. Thank you, path. So, I'm running out of time for this evening. I only have about 20 minutes left, and so I'm not going to get to any puzzles, I imagine. What I'd really like to do is finish exploring this area, but I don't know how much more there is. The thing I definitely want is the Gehenna Memorial. Archaeological Gardens. I love the look of this place. This reminds me of the first game. These types of walls.
Welcome to New Jerusalem.
Empanada? That sounds delicious. Okay. I don't remember what the Talos Principle is. Unfortunately. It's a funny thing to try and figure out. Are these puzzle pieces? Hmm. That one's amusing. I like that line a lot. Okay. Soccer. Football Glory. I bet you that's a game by some of the people who worked on this that is like not very well known, or at least I've never heard of it. Hi, Purple.
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you in the Completion Day stream. Hey, you checked out all this ancient stuff?
It's funny because this guy sounds like the imitation I was doing earlier. I wonder if it's the same voice actor doing two different voices. I'd be curious to know. What is a dude? What is a dude, dude? Yeah.
Me too! Oh, this is amazing, isn't it?
He's he was born not long before me. Ooh. Ooh. So many questions, and they're all good, and now I'm worried that if I don't choose them in the right order, I don't get to read all of them. I'm gonna go with... I gotta address it. I gotta address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack would give me a bit of confidence. Help me
It's a
stand
voice
out,
pack.
you know? But I'm not sure it's working.
Oh, it's working. Where's the it's working button?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Thanks, Ted. Or Bill. Or Bill and Ted. What do you think about the goal?
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So, we should probably take it easy with the expanding and stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city.
Hmm.
Sure I do. When I first left the birthing lab, I was so overwhelmed that I hid in my quarters for 3 weeks straight. And if I'm being honest, that's sort of where I want to be right now.
Oh,
I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 99A, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. Pretty cool, though, right?
So
existence?
It takes about 6
Totally
months.
gnarly. Not sure I used that right. Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
That's good, man. I'm not gonna say there's no such thing as ghosts. Because I'm brand new to this world.
I was hoping you'd say I'm wrong. Ghosts are creepy, dude.
I like this guy.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump. And if they didn't, they freaking exploded! Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
Yeah, man.
Right. Before you go, dude, maybe you can help me?
Yes. Yes, I can.
I'm not sure I should keep this voice back.
You should keep this
What do you
voice back.
think?
Absolutely.
You're 1K. You're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
Oh, no. Because, like, if I choose this, man, and you have a different voice pack, man, it could be cooler. Oh. This decision is totally non-righteous. I like his voice a lot. I'm going to tell him to stick with it, but this one's interesting. I think he'll appreciate this.
You're right, dude. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna do exactly what you told me to.
Is he going to change is the question. I'm running out of time. Only have 12 more minutes. I have a feeling the Gehenna Memorial is somewhere else, and I missed it. It's on the other side. There's the toilet that he likes so much. Sure. That's what that was, alright. Lepidus. I might remember that name but he doesn't do anything because of the pilot from Lost. Rat I've seen around here already. So your walk cycle takes you back and forth. What do we got here? Oh, cat. I want to pet the cat. I don't want it to run away. Can I, if I walk really slowly? Is there a way to walk slowly in this game? There you go. Don't stop. Don't stop petting until I tell you, game. Okay. Docicles, or is it Docicles, or Docicles? Docicles? Like bicycles? Let me know, buddy.
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess.
Huh.
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
I'd like to be burdened, please.
You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
I mean, I'll use a combination of factors.
That's probably correct. But I've tried a lot of different approaches, and there's always been something missing. Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But
what?
But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
So I agree with multiple statements here. I would say almost all of these except for this one. I wouldn't say instead, but it is important to love oneself. This game is a lot of tricky decisions so far. The puzzles are in my heart. Oh man. I feel like this is my strongest opinion.
If you believe that, 1K, then stand up for it. You're important, and people will listen to you far more than they'll listen to someone like me.
This voice sounds really familiar. Like, I wonder if the voice acting in this game is anyone I recognize. It could be that, you know, I know a lot of games where you use voice actors that are they're voice actors. But I don't play a lot of games that have voice acting. So I wonder if I've played games with these voice actors, or if they're more mainstream people that I've seen in movies or TV shows. I'm gonna follow this as far as it goes. I'm gonna look behind me, see what's back there. I should be paying attention to the walls. That's where they tend to hide things in this game. Or in the first game, I should say. Okay, so we do have a building over here, and there's someone that will tell me about it. A structure, anyway. I don't know if it's a building, but... Oh. Oh, wow. So is that an entrance that I can't get into? I can't tell. It looks like it might just be... what's the word? Decoration. Like, this is where I'd expect there to be hidden stuff. Okay, I can't go past that. That's fine. I wonder if I followed this all the way around to the other side. Oh, it did already. Okay. Well, let's go see what this place is. This person is very isolated from the rest of the world. Maybe they're looking up at the crane. I don't mean to be doing this, by the way, with my camera. Let me get away from it. There we go. Alright. Hi, Ren.
1K, you've strayed far. Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete.
You mean the dome?
Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources.
What is the dome for?
It has two purposes. To protect New Jerusalem from the world.
Alright.
And to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
Suspicious. I want to know this one more than I want to know the other one.
That's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later. You're right. I have heard that argument. But the way it's been explained to me is that the dome has a greater value than just its practical use. It's a symbol of the society we aspire to become.
I don't really need to know when the dome is going to be complete. I don't think it should be completed. It feels weird to purposely not ask a question. that it's giving me this choice. So here's the thing about video games, right? It's giving me this choice to ask a question, and it's always nice to know more information to get more perspective. But in this particular instance, this guy is already disappointed with himself that he didn't complete this. And I don't want to be like, oh, so when is it going to be done, you know? That just doesn't seem like it's going to help him. And I don't really need to know. So I'm going to pass on this. I'll always wonder. I wonder if let me just look again, if it'll give me the option to ask.
Hello again.
Huh. Nope. Alright, so I missed the Gehenna thing, or it's somewhere else. There's two options. I'm gonna try and run as fast as I can. I don't have much longer now. And this video is already over an hour long. But at the same time, I do feel like this episode, as I'll call it, I didn't get any puzzles in. It's just been setting up the plot and the story of the game, which I have no problem with. That's something that was widely celebrated about the first game, was the interactions with the computer, which personally, when I first started playing, you won't get this context except me explaining it, I thought would be kind of boring and not very interesting. Ended up being quite interesting and very compelling, and a big part of what made that game as good as it was. And so I have faith that this game it's taken a long time to come out, but so far, from what I've seen, it's way more impressive in every way.
Founder bless you.
Thank you. And I have faith that all these conversations, so far they've all been interesting. I've not gone through a conversation and gone, oh, get on with it, get on with it. Every single...
Welcome to New Jerusalem.
Thank you. Every single conversation has been interesting and has led me to understand more. Maybe this is Gehenna right here. I don't think I was in there. Maybe I was. Oh, and they said it was blocked off, didn't they? Yes. Okay, and I think they said I can get in. Maybe later I will. It will say opening later. I have a feeling they knew I would do that. That's a little bit cheeky of them to let me jump up on the thing, but not like to go in. I wonder if there's a way in. Now that, oh man, see, here's what would have been fun is if the top of this was open, and they had fans going back and forth. Anyone who's played Gehenna and gotten all the stars in there will know why I would think that's very amusing. Okay, so I think this is a good stopping point. I think I've done everything here. There's a chance I missed something. But what was in the middle building with the 3 domes? Did I go into the middle building with the 3 domes? Of course I didn't. It's the biggest building with the most stuff in it. Alright. Museum of the Simulation. So this is going to be stuff about the first game. I'm going to stop here. Because this looks like a significant chunk of content, and I'd like to go in with fresh eyes tomorrow. But so far I'm enjoying this game a great deal. Everything about it has met or surpassed my expectations.